Cool. Whew, now that one was one hell of a fight. I had no clue that Lieutenant Lawrence was so freaking strong. Yes, I think we got lucky. Even now it's hard to believe. Yeah, I don't like it. Huh? It's nothing. More importantly, that fancy shindig is supposed to be happening tonight. From what I understand, it's going to run late into the night, and they're setting up rooms for us. Ah, most generous of them. Rubbing shoulders with all these stuffed shirts is such chaff the worst way in the uncomfortable places. But dining, liberal royal dining, the very prospect of such decadence. Look at me, my mouth can barely contain itself. Where is my handkerchief? Ah, it's getting on your... Ew, gross. It's good to see you haven't lost your sense of perspective, Olivier. Ha ha ha, indeed. Let's be off then. Off to gorge our souls upon the 7 courses of courtly affection. Oh, that's the plan, is it? Well, well, fancy meeting you here. You son of a bitch. You wander all over the place every damn day and leave me wondering what the hell you're up to. Have you gone completely mad? What possessed you to participate in a martial arts competition? Oh, come now, my dear Mueller. There's no need to crease your lovely face with such an ill-tempered expression. After all, it is not true that good fortune comes to those who favor those around them with a smile. I am smiling. Is this me, or do you recognize that uniform? Yeah, it looks Imperial military to me. Looks like you could be a tough one to take on in a fight too. I don't believe we've met. My name is Mueller. I was recently appointed to the resident military office in the Erebonian Embassy. I've known this whack job for a very long time. One might even call us schoolyard chums. Haha, fret over his dark demeanor. Without it, his presence wouldn't light up a room the way it does. Okay, you really need to shut up now. Right. Now, where was I? From the looks of things, this fellow has caused you some trouble. As a representative of the Airborne Embassy, I sincerely apologize. Oh, it's okay. He hasn't really been a bother. Actually, he was a big help to us in the tournament. Olivier? Do you deliberately try to keep our participation in the tournament a secret from the embassy? Oh, perish the thought. No, no. Rather, I simply never told them. How is that any different from hiding it? But okay, fine. What's done is done. Now, though we're going back to the embassy, yes, you're coming with me. Please do wait a moment. We have all been invited to the delightful, indeed wondrous dinner party. Delightful and wondrous, eh? Sounds nice. Too bad you won't be attending. You're going to be confined to the embassy for a while. Are you serious? When do I ever joke? Oh, cruel fate. Truly you drive a knife into my very heart. The promise of this dinner party has been all that's helped me maintain my will to live. You know, I actually feel kind of bad for him. Is it really that big of a deal if you want to let him go to the party? What's your reason behind this? I knew I could count on you. Ah, but how lovely a thing is true friendship. But how lovely a thing is true friendship. Such warmth and affection as opposed to the cruel frigidity of my schoolyard chum. I don't think you folks really understand just how serious this is. Try to picture this. A dinner party populated by royalty and its influential guests from across the country, and also in attendance an arrogant fool who never shuts his mouth because his foot is lodged so far into it. And if they found out that this uncouth imbecile was an Erebonian citizen. My beautiful and gracious comrades, why have you all suddenly fallen so silent? I'm sorry, Olivier, but he does kind of have a point. Yeah, your usual behavior might not be appreciated in the royal castle. True. We wouldn't want to start an international incident, would we? What? You would turn on me so easily. The war only ended 10 years ago. Relations between our countries can still be strained at times. You'll just have to grin and bear it, Olivier. Please, Mueller, hear me out. I'm sorry that I didn't say anything before, when you... This isn't a debate. My dinner party! My royal cuisine! Is this really okay? Can't say I really like it, but the facts are the facts. Well, there's nothing much we can do about it now. We'll just have to enjoy ourselves twice as much in order to make up for him not being able to join us. Oh, well, I guess you're right. Let's get our stuff together and go to Grancel Castle, then. Let's go check in at the... Oh, we should check in at the... What's it called, too? The guild. We did that mission. Sewer Monster East. Oh, I didn't level up. Did them both. Wait, Joshua? Wasn't Chloe coming to the capital right about now? Now that you mention it, she did say she'd meet us before the blood celebration started. She should definitely be here by now. Elnan? There wasn't a girl about our age named Chloe who came around asking for us, was there? We promised to meet up here. Chloe, you say? No, I'm afraid no one by that name has been here. Aw, raspberries. Maybe we should have asked where she was staying. She mentioned some rich relatives. Though, that's not much of a lead, I suppose. I'm sure she's simply running late, and we'll try to contact you shortly. When she comes by, I'll be sure to let you know immediately. I want to go to the hotel. I don't know if I'm gonna need to rest, but we should rest. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I took her Orbman off. I took Haze off instead of what'd she have on? Damn, that would have been helpful. That would have been totally helpful. Yo, Slickfire's live. Oh, we're going to the castle already? Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. Let's go ahead and save real quick, just in case we need to come back for some reason. Let's see, where are we at? The 5th, this one. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. Hey, this is the castle of her queen, the Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to leave. Hey! Hi there! We're sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two! You're still staying in town? Yeah, we still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? It's a giant! See? Right here. Written invitation. Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you're cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay, you guys were in the martial arts competition? Right, and I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So is that you? You got it. We would greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense? The head maid told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Ah, well, that is a pity. No matter, please go in. Bum 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 bum. Now entering Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate! Oh, okay. Wow. It's like the Hakken Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid, too, since it's the royal castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Annenberg Wall. The capital has been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections among the nobles, but even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Or so the stories say. Wow, that's pretty neat. Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation of such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grancel Castle. Go right in. You'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. I have a feeling this is going to be all, like, story, maybe? Whoa. You can say that again. I've never seen anything that compares to this place. It's not just pretty. It's got history. You can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Grancel Castle. We are Zin and his team, correct? Captain Amalthea. This isn't really unexpected, but even so, that's right. We come with the invitation of the good Duke, and you are... Haha, pardon me. I'm Captain Cannone Amalthea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience. You're too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know they made women as young and pretty as you and the captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the Infinite Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not. We left that case up to the full-fledged Blazers and came to Grancel. We never even heard of the follow-up report on it. I see. Haha, that's truly a shame. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. What the hell's with her? Understood. We trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now we must show you to your rooms. Shay, if you would please do the honors. Yes, ma'am. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am, I understand. Haha, very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. That is one fine woman. I hate to say this, Zin, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that box-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. Haha, I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers, so to speak. You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor. Oh, sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to a room, right? Yes, please allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I'm Shay, a maid here at the castle. I'll be at your service this evening, from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much. Will you please show us to the room, then? Certainly, it is on the second floor. Bum 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 na na. Oh wow. Get a load of that chandelier. Talk about classy. Hush, Estelle. What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent years, though. I see. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects of which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we? This is the room where you'll be staying. Please go on in. Okay. Pardon us. Holy Stragus! I never imagined we'd stay in a place like this. Nice. This will make a good story later. I believe there's still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask that you refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the royal keep, where the queen resides, is a small palace of sorts, built on the garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. Haha. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Grancel from during the birthday celebration festivities, so you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the royal guard room, and also the treasury, I believe. The royal guard room? I guess they still wanted about questioning about all the terrace stuff. Yes, the intelligence division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, what are the others who are arriving? They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms. Alright. So Mayor Claus is here too? Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then. Stella and Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey Zin, we want to go and walk around the castle for a little bit. We'll be back in time for the party. Huh, must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem, have fun. Me, I'm going to kick back and relax in this oh-so-luxurious room. We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julie told us we have to talk to the head maid Hilda. I'd like to say hello to the other invitees, too. We likely know most of them. Okay, so what's out this way? That's I think it's just a room. Just one room, yeah. It's like a library. What are those intelligence people division up to? Taking important documents without official permission. Okay, so they've been taking documents. It's good to know. Joshua, so you made it. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins, you were invited to the banquet as well, sir? I just arrived today via Roy Escher from Juan. Little Mayoral Birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly, and a man of great respect and liberal. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. What's the Royal Assembly? It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state. Wow, sounds big. So all these guys have been invited here tonight too? No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official business. And Mayor Dalmore, everyone is interested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell? He is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is the Royal Guards are being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands on all these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is a height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story. Princess Claudia's the Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, my understanding is her actual residence is elsewhere, but I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here then. I'd really love to meet her. I'm sure you'll have the chance. It's obvious that Chloe is, I think her name's Chloe, is Claudia, like, Chloe, you know. Maybe Maybell and Lila. Joshua, Estelle. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet at the castle. If I'd known, I would have canceled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the current circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry. I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet. What with everything else going on? What is Duke Dunan thinking? That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too, I had no real choice but to accept. Do you mean Captain Amalthea? Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Hawking Gate? The General's unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at the banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. What do you think about all this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this? Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time in his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting his position of the royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of this night, the Grand Chief here is the best in all the kingdom. Chef, I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bowes post-haste. Okay, so who was in this room? No one yet. Let's go to the throne room. Check out the throne room. I always find these weird because I feel like you'd want an exit in the back of the throne room. Is it two better? Oh, is that a person in the corner? No, it's a bookshelf. Bookshelf that looked like legs from far away. Estelle, Joshua. Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayoral class and vigils on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing at Grancel Castle. Cassius kids to the bone you are. Ha! It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped us along the way. So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amalthea from the intelligence division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Lexington Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run too. Our army hasn't found him yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really a matter of time. I asked Captain Amalthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. But in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't. But don't you worry, because we totally got that covered. We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. I mean, I don't know who else there would be to talk to. I feel like that's everyone. This is a place for talk. Please come right in. For drinks or anything you think of, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. But I can't... You're not giving me anything, though, bro. I see all the drinks. I see the stuff. I want you to give me one. This is the most exploring I've done in this. So let's go. What's up here? What is up here? Oh, that's the terrace. But... Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do. Alright, let's go back downstairs real quick. Because I have a feeling upstairs is where we want to be at eventually. Oh, I was like stuck. This is the Intelligence Division's office. Authorized personnel only. Keep your distance unless you're keen on getting arrested. Okay, so what's this room? Ooh, there's a back room here. Oh, is everything alright? Has something happened? No, not at all. I just want to look around a bit. I see. It will be a bit longer for dinner's ready. In the meantime, please feel free to look around at your heart's content. It's a maid's room. Main course is complete. Once dinner is ready, we'll make sure everyone knows, and until then, your patience is greatly appreciated. The head chef is a real pro, specializing in imperial cuisine, over 1,000 dishes of it in fact. He's simply amazing. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy right now preparing for the banquet. This is just between you and me, but he has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hildred to hire on more. To no end either, I'm sure. I just passed Duke Dunon in the hall a moment ago. I hate how he just stares at people menacingly. It's so rude. Okay. Oh, there's one more. You know why all these guests are really here? Because the Duke got bored, that's why. This man makes so much work for me, I swear. Okay, so Hilda's not there. With so few people, we can't possibly finish all this work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. This is the administrative room. This is where most of the actual ruling in Liberl takes place. With Her Majesty ill, we're taking orders from the Duke. Okay. We don't want to leave. So I guess the only place to go is up then, right? Was there a staircase at the end of this too that I just missed? No, there was not. I can't move the camera, so this is like very deceptively like strange. I want to go up, I'm pretty sure, but just look. Oh, this must be the Royal Keep. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But the last few days she has been feeling well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she would even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey! The princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Might I inquire, so what's going on? Madam, we didn't know you were back already. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I'll be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only a matter because that victory that someone with a Brasher social standing would ever be invited here. A Brasher social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle. No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. I wonder who she is. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that the Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir, madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surrounding are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Humph. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle, and I oversee all the housekeeping duties. Aha, we had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? You think we could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty? No, I'd rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know, and we really need to discuss directly, like what Duke Dunan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome. Understood, we'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think it'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best you wait in your room. Okay, well, let's go back to our room then. Talk to everyone here. Talk to Hilda. I keep getting stuck on the stairs. They fucking suck, though. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all the mayors. Huh? Well, aren't we that well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right. For full-fledged bracer, nationality is an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Gransel, it must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Haha, yeah, it could be. I feel like a goose has walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland. Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Scheherazade, will you? You know her? She's our mentor, and we've been close friends for ages. Ah, okay, makes sense. Met her a long time ago, when a case brought her to Calvert. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Please pardon me, the table at the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and get fancy? Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in. Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. Ooh. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks, though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with your hors d'oeuvres. Then you use your knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. Haha, it's really not that bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and a fork? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer that when unliberal, do as liberalians do policy. I am not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. You flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than a lech, though. Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, then who might the other one be for? Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Ask the pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. Sorry about that. I had to text someone back for something. Important sports business. You gotta be kidding. We're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Ha ha ha. Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Granslow Castle's master chef? Is this cooking not on par with that found in Beau's Anterose restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection almost perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. Ha ha ha! You're not the first to say such things. And what of you, Zin? Wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberalian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers? I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before? It's extremely delicious, far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Haha, indeed it is a genuine treat, It certainly is delicious food, and we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your grace's invitation. Haha, very kind of you to say. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about you. We met before during the Rouen incident. Perhaps are linked to some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir, maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant, and the wine flows freely, so enjoy your meal and your drinks. Your Grace? If we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? And what that might be? I believe I'll allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health as of late. However, she's been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news. Could we possibly go in and check on her? Unfortunately, she's not considered that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely the terrorist plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they've been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right. If that were all, you could have sent along a message. Haha, indeed you are correct. Her Majesty has continued to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Danon. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, I might add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible! In Her Majesty's condition, truly that's severe. I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what's supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Humph. Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. It's possible. I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This is also the discretion of His Grace. Yes, this is true. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations of the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. He makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it would be best to inform us first so that we can prepare for any issues that may arise, correct? Haha, I'm glad you see that we have an understanding. If all this comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is that not another who has the same right of succession? Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe that it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest in royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate. I honestly think there's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Zin? I don't mind. Speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the conversation you'd want outsiders hearing, particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild that this advanced well. We've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Liberals, military, and Bracers are in just as good of terms as stories say. Haha, that is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that we're keeping close relations with each other as a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild, then. Man, I heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I bet it was huge news for you guys, though. I bet that... Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already. Huh? Never mind. But really, what a shame. That food was so amazing and practically melted in my mouth. Couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though. Haha, understandable enough. But anyway, do you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food Estelle? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just played tourist a little while ago and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. You gotta be kidding, you're still hungry? If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. He's gonna go to the bar. Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way in there to see Her Majesty. First things first, we go talk to the maid, Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly with the Queen. Fine by me. Alright, so Dak downstairs. Ooh. Oh, it's you. What? Colonel Richard. Estelle and Joshua, this is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. Last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmor was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realized that we exchanged few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. How'd you find that out? Haha, please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can probably express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a little late. And yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge instead? I'll mix you a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon me, then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me. Joshua, what should we do? I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we talk to the head maid later. I'm gonna miss our shot. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command, and since that time, I've found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did? And, what did you think of him at the time? To put it simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know any better, I'd say we were talking about two different people. So you were with our father in the 100 Days War? Yes, he was my commanding officer. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away from me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Liberal would now be part of the Erebonian Empire. No way. That's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as a prime example of what a hero should be. He never said one word about this as me. Well, it's not really the kind of thing you should tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just figured out a lot of it. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going out of his way to tell us about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is in so much trouble. Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. No. Seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems by leaving, he did what is best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that he could help him, all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard? Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright. Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted most to know, and thus I have no regrets. Huh? How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories. Okay, who is that man, and what does he know like Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's just that it's weird to hear him talking about Dad that way. It wasn't expecting to be so well nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. I hate to say it, but I think that he might have been playing nice just because he gets something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as it could be. Don't you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Huh? But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say a bracer's job is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you? What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in the maid's quarters. I mean, there's not this episode on YouTube is gonna be all like lame and shit because we're like literally not doing anything fun shit wrong with Gondor. We're just walking around. It's all story, but I mean, you know, sometimes that's how RPGs are. You know, just fucking dinner parties. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're off for the day, aren't you? Sorry about that. We kind of got caught by Colonel Richard. Did you now? He had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though. I see. Ah, yes. The letter of introduction did mention you are Mr. Cassius' children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, do you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Prince's, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father. Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shipwreck. Come on. What's his name? I can't even think his name. Estelle, Joshua. Joshua is the prince's son, and that's how Joshua came to be, and all that jazz. Now, 15 years ago is too long. He only had 2 at the time. But lamenting what might have been a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come in, Shay. Oh, hey, aren't you? Shay, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. She's great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia? That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and a headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. What? What do you mean? Estelle is going to need a dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't allow for much of the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in. Me in a maid's outfit. I've been wanting to try one on since we first met Lila. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms weren't easy to move in, that'd make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me. Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the Queen. You want to have more to me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess in the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much of a difference between a fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty in women's clothes. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not at all shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shay, help me out here. Say something. Anyone? I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shay, don't you have the extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used, though. He has that full dark hair, so it would probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like it's 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing room. Wait a minute. I don't remember agreeing to changing. Alright, I can change. If I have to change, I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Oh my. Ta-da! Hee, what do you think? I think it suits her very well. Such a bright, active maid in training, and after only just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one would be any the wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at the Grancer Castle for real when this is all settled. Well, we already work as bracers, so, anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here. No chance I can talk you out of this. None at all. You're just making this take longer. Fine. You're impossible sometimes. Wow, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't this awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. Haha, a bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. We're literally going to meet the queen in person. Yes, this is a do or die moment. We just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep. It's hard to take it seriously in the outfit. Well, excuse me. It was your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on. Sorry, don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food. Hey. I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's get to the royal keep. I can't keep Hilda's voice right. I just don't know. I don't know. Can't keep Hilda's voice right. It's just the way it is. There's an important meeting in the audience chamber. Hilda, what business do you have with Her Majesty this hour? I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go without her daily life as she wishes after all. Such harsh words. Who are these maids with you? I don't recognize them. His Grace ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. They've only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute. Thank you. Huh? Why do I get the feeling we've met before? Crap. Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. Hey, it's not like that. We're the elite of the Royal Army. We wouldn't do that. All's well, then. Now, will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please go ahead. We're in. Whew, that was intense. Thanks, Hilda. You're a real lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done. Haha, I'm just glad I could help. Then now, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Majesty? If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes now. Oh, for the love of... Why are you always so self-conscious? What was wrong with what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is? Yes, it's Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. Huh, no kidding. But I heard that the princess was tending to the queen. I guess that's just gossip then. You have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. Her room is on the second floor of the Royal Keep. I'll take you there. Okay, so no rooms, no rooms, no rooms. Man, this is really simple. Alright, this is the third floor, bro. Oh, no, no. Is this really the only room here? Wow. I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on. Right. Pardon us. Oh. Ha! I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Elslice. I am 26th monarch of the nation of Liberl. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild, and I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. This is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua, I have truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer you proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please, have some and relax. I see. So Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orbment capable of negating all other Royal Oba energies. And you say that the Colonel has acquired it. The Professor told us that you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I am worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, what is the vague idea you have? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Gransel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might still be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Wow. So it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of towers. But every now and again you find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom. And something like that is beneath Gransel? So what does that tell us about the gospel? Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions. Could it do that? Yes. However, we are unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems unlikely. It seems likely that trouble is on the way. Honestly, just as I start to think that maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. But when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. Ha ha. I expect no less from Cassius's daughter. You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty? He was a friend of my late son's and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine there are a great many things that you do not know about him, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume that you have not been told. Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then that is the role I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh yes, absolutely. There's no indulgence, Your Majesty. Ooh, story time! 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, but is something I must omit. The Empire used the event as a pretext for the invasion of Liberl. So began the sad times that have been known as the 100 Days War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Hakken Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Liberl became occupied territory, save for Grancel. It is said the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements from Calvert were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Grancel too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture Liberal's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one, using ships launched from Leysen Fortress. Zeiss, Rouen, Bose, Roland, with their supply lines severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were simply crushed. And the one behind this plan for a counteroffensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most of all in the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I am sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I have no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death. Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to say, with the only one he had left, you. And this time he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad, that idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that? Estelle. Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I have wished to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. You've protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Liberl in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mom gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart, and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart that I finally met you in person, now more than ever. Your Majesty? However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? But Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you, and I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius' absence, I know no apologies could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. But, if I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored and that you protect, though it has held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua, if the Colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new King of Liberl, then what will become of that peace? I only ask that you consider that. Your Majesty? Right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got a letter and the packaging, and we've been running around all creation ever since. It feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace. So that everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, and just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right, and I really want to see it through. Estelle, it seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty? My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. So the princess is being held captive somewhere? Yes. The coup d'etat started when I backed her as a successor to the throne. In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running. Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. and brief where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean toward the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with the passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to the coup. This is all staged so that Liberal would become a strong military power, with the Colonel ruling from the shadows. I see. That finally lets us see the whole picture. So if Liberal became a militarized country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Orbital weaponry would be developed to express the intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. And no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would ever be made legal. Which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for this country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all the other nations to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic, and so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare oppose the Colonel, but I am the Queen and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all that I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 of that cool when I get old. Cool? Did you actually just call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. That's definitely outside our bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. Right. But you know, I'm still freaking out about the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she's want to share. Estelle and Joshua? Have you finished changing? Oh, yeah. And we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, is it really that late? The Queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the guards suspicious. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair, but please relax. We are patriots to the core. That's good to hear. Now, I believe that we should be on our way. Pardon me. By our leave. By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them? That's a very modern name. Pardon my saying so, but it just doesn't sound right for you. Ain't that the truth? And how about you, miss? You may call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself. Are you now? Oh, right. We're with the Special Ops. My name is... I think that's just about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean at least not from us. Please be safe on your way home. Well, aren't you Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes all changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not... I didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I kind of lost all my confidence there. Huh? What's all this noise about? Oh, Duke Dunan. Ah, it's the lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You don't look familiar. These are two of the new hires which I'm instructing. This is Dorothy and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Do you recognize us? Not good. Given how many times we ran down, it's bizarre if you didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip. Enough with the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming to you, stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes are playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for this debt of courtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say you both look quite lovely. You with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look about you. As for you, I personally think you look even best with that raven hair of yours even longer. I am honored. Ah, yes. Dorothy, was it not? You shall attend to me this evening. Your Grace? I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Grace, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All the maids in the castle work directly in service to Her Majesty Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folk simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can set aside time for some fun then. Your Grace, please no more of this. I don't mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing full well that I may get reprimanded for it. But I said I was joking. Enough. I'm going to bed. As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there. Whoa. Alright, Dorothy. You just let me know if you have any problems. Anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future can give. Thank you very much. Aren't you cute? Yes, good. What time is it? It's 11:45. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this when come morning. Please set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madam and young missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that he was saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed actually awfully fond of you. Please. I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Oh, right. Back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see, Estelle. Allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. Hilda whispered something into Estelle's ear. Now, do you understand? Yes. Hopeless, completely hopeless. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we would have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything you can in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes, I regret that I rarely got the chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open. She always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? That we shall. Alright, let's go up to the room. What, might I inquire, are you doing this late hour? Captain Amalthea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. The maid's quarters. I admire your honesty, so let's not waste time on games. I did, in fact, receive several reports of you going in and out of the maid's quarters. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around at that peculiar pace? What? You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So what business have you in the maid's quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. Well, Oh, Estelle and Joshua. You've been here the whole time. Been here the whole time? Zin! Whoa, now that's the stuff. You're drunk. Oops, sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Now some luck that we meet up again, eh? I suppose. So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid's quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business simply as a security precaution. Yeah, I totally get you. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was anything we can eat, get our hands on something, but no luck. Oh, well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, is that a great idea? You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late. We should probably go to bed. Very good. Thank you. Now if you'll excuse us. Ah, denied. Oh well, might as well go back to the room. Right. We'll go with you. Looks like we managed to convince her at least. What? Zin, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop. No way, your face hadn't even gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's almost some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in the tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes. You're an evil, evil man, Zin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So what's the story? What story? I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the Queen. Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnon tell you something about this? Actually, couldn't get him to tell me anything, but now I know anyway, don't I? Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know? Haha, I guess it's finally time to show you this. Zin produced a letter out of his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting. Well, don't just stand there. Read it. It'll explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zin Vathek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberl, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberl and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been in Liberl before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. This is a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. It would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but you can do it. It would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Liberl before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Trying to bail them out too much unless it seems like they really need it. So Dad actually asked you to come to Liberl, which means he's in Erebonia now. That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it? What it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along. It's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvert. This letter just gave me a chance to make us square again. I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset when I saw Estelle's techniques with the bow staff. I asked Kalika about it, and she confirmed. It would have been nice if you said something about it at all. We've been worried sick, wondering where Dad's been. I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything. But I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen. I suppose so. He knows this much. It wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree, it'd probably be best if Phil's in on everything. It is a bit far-fetched to say he could put an end to this whole situation of our own after all. Estelle and Joshua told of how they managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia. I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright, then, I'll help you out with your little request. Well, you will? Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt with Master Cassius. Please, let me help. We'd be glad to. Thank you once again. Ooh. What is this place? I never would have imagined something like this even existed. Haha, it's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Whoa. Is that some kind of mechanical monster? Well, well. These must be the archaisms. Holy shit. Took out that thing in one stroke. You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled. I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge the kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liberal. I expect only the best of each of you. By your orders, sir. We of the Special Ops will work as one for the Colonel. For the glory of Liberal! For the glory of Liberal! So I need to figure out what that's at. That's like the final dungeon, I guess? I understand the situation. We both perform admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Her Majesty in person. Well, we just got lucky is all. The real question is how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. 20,000 Mira. Nice. I wanted first class. Now then, Zin, it was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-rank bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you to the end. I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zin. Well, I may be A-ranked, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent, but above that, there's an informal S rank. That one's only been granted to bracers successfully resolve issues on a national scale, and there are only 4 of those in the entire continent. Whoa. I'm not even sure I want to think about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset anymore. Royal Army Surgeon, Hidden Hero, Divine Blade, S-Rank Bracer. If he's really so damn awesome, then I'm sure it would be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. Well, you may be right. If you were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on this trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least, that's just the impression I have. Oh? So you're saying this coup was planned around his departure for the Empire? Am I correct? No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. They'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to pull it off. Well, yeah. I never knew he was up to, even though he was so close. I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull that wool over his eyes. Likely it's just that 2 major events happened to overlap with each other. Regardless of circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article, the Bracer Code, states that we should never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act, but we're no match for the real army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all bracers in Grancel, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the intelligence division, we'll need all help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of the other branches, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically it amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be to stifle any activity on the part of the Royal Guardsmen in hiding as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun. But we're up to it. So do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place is the Herbe Rolla Villa. That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it with the pretense of counterterrorism, my wife wants me to turn on the heater. If the soldiers using it on the pretense of counterterrorism, few would question it. I can't imagine that they want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Lacen Fortress. Considering it's the army we're going against here, it's more like a solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have to hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any braces currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall? Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then? There are 4 of the braces in the city: Kirk, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Check the bars and the usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright, then off we go. Alright. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Let's see. Here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. We're so close to the end. I can feel it in our bones. We're almost there. There's a lot of story tonight. Hopefully we get some action up going on this next session. Tomorrow will be Mario. We'll do back to Mario 3D Land, or 3 World, sorry. And then we'll be back to this on Wednesday. So, 50 hours in, 195,000 mirror. Doing pretty good. Talk to you guys later. Bye.